Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Stampin' with No. If you're new here, thanks for joining in. I'm glad you found your way to my little corner of creativity. Today I have something really exciting to share with you. I am part of a wonderful group of crafty ladies who love swapping handmade cards or even 3D projects. We meet quarterly. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you the 3D project that I created for all of them. It's fun, it's easy, it's easier than what you would think when you take a look at it. And I know you guys can create it too. So before I bring it over to show you what it is, I want to show you some of the stamp sets that I used. My original goal was to stick with celebration items and keeping it in the birthday theme. And I did the birthday theme, I did the celebration, but over to the left of me, I'm not exaggerating, I had pulled out probably 8 or 9 different stamp sets that I ended up using on some or all of these 3D projects that I'm going to get ready and show you. But I wanted to quickly talk about these. These are the items this is a freebie that you can earn, and I absolutely love the large font, and you're going to see it here. So if you guys are card makers and or scrapbookers, you can use this stamp set for both of them. The cake celebration is an online item, and I actually use the dies also. And the birthday celebration, I used Make-A-Wish, and the banner, I also used from the die cut. So let me take these out of the way so we can start diving in to what I want to show you I made for them. And this is what it started out as, just a little tin. Shout out to my friend Lori, who was cleaning her scrapbook room out and sent me a text and asked me if I wanted some, and I said absolutely. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but yes, I definitely wanted them. And this is what I created. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it. Maybe a tin folio, I don't know, but stamp the outside celebrate. I did use ribbon here and paper from that celebration, and when you open it up, it says what a wonderful day. And the little tab, it comes out, opens up into a folio where you can put some pictures. And I have here, this is a separate stamp set that says good looking. Here's the other stamp set that I showed you earlier for the birthday celebration. And this, you can tell size of the stamp is the one that you can earn during celebration. Then I chose, you don't have to, but I chose to do the flip side. Did the woohoo, that's another stamp set. And then this let's eat cake. And yet one other stamp set that says to another year around the sun. Now when I was making these, because I was mass producing them, we've got 10 ladies, I believe. And I didn't account for this piece not actually coming out, so I turned this one into a photo. I think it'll be easy enough for them to slide in a picture. But there we go. I just thought it was so much fun to do. And it's really not difficult at all. It truly is not. So this was one that I did. You know, I always have to do different colors and whatnot. So I did this one in Highland Heather. Again, using that celebration 12 by 12 paper. Flowers are different, embellishments are different. This glitter paper actually came from the clearance. That says that is petal pink, but it looks like the pumpkin pie or the pale papaya to me. Well, I only had a couple of the tins. I was short some. So I had to go and find some Altoy tins to finish making up my 3D product. And you can tell here, definitely different size. So I had to redirect my brain into cutting different size, but I thought it turned out really great. I decided to go ahead and use the red tin from the Altoy. instead of trying to cover it up. I thought it made a great accent, and I put ribbon at the bottom instead of the paper. And I used some old retired Christmas paper, probably from a couple years ago. And you guys may recognize this greenery that was it may have been an online item at the time during the holidays. And then here, when you open it up, the same kind of concept here is What a Wonderful Day, and it focuses on Christmas. And when you open it up, I used some paper pumpkin, I cut some trees out. And again, you can put photos, and then on the back side, again, some different stamp sets that I pulled out. One of my favorite ones is the coffee with the latte. And again, with the tree, I think that's actually the whimsical tree that is couple years old. But again, I had the same issue with the piece not coming completely out, and I think it'll be easy enough for them to stick a photo in there. So this is my 3D project swap with the lovely ladies. I think they're gonna enjoy it. I hope they do anyways. I had so much fun doing it. So I think we're gonna just put this over. So a couple things. Ahead of time, I went and took care of a lot of the gluing and all that, but I wanted to save, I'm gonna say, critical pieces actually for this video so that you guys could actually duplicate this with any size tin. Now, the measurements I'm going to give you specifically for this size tin, and my recommendation, just like I did with the Altoy, is before you start, even if you get a pack of 10 or whatever that's in a package, make sure you measure each one individually. I did some mass production of cutting, and I had a little bit of waste, but that's okay. It wasn't that much to make a difference, but I just wanted to let you know about that. So for this project, it takes care of the measurement for this tin. This is what I have for you guys. And I haven't decided if I'm going to actually put the measurements in my blog or not, because I'm afraid someone may just run with it without measuring. So I haven't gotten that far yet. But again, these measurements are specifically for this size tin and not even for the Altoys. All right, so you want a piece of 12 by 12 that measures 12 by 3 5/8, and you're going to score it 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 6 3/4, 9, and then 11 1/4. And you can tell here there's this little piece. This is the part that needs to be adhered down flat, and obviously because of the small piece that's left, I ended up cutting another piece. What is this? Mambo. Sorry about that. And that measures 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. And you can tell here that I did a corner round. I did all of them corner round, all my pieces, because the tin being corner round. Now, if you find a tin that's not, then obviously you don't need to do your corner round, okay? Now, let me put that over there. Other pieces that you will be needing is for the outside, a label in basic white, and I used the nested labels die for this particular one. Then you'll need some DSP, and you'll need one that measures 12 inches and the width by 3/8, and that's to take care of the bottom right here, and it just fits going all the way around. Now this particular one I used other DSP. Actually, I think it was a flip side of this color here, and it was just a little short, so I had to do a little surgery and put a little extender there, and that's when I decided maybe I needed to do some ribbon instead. But it turned out just as great. You can't really tell. They'll notice it after they watch this video. But anyway, so you'll need a piece that's 12 by 3/8 for the bottom. Then the, let's see here, the inside, which is the accordion piece, you'll need basic white, which you're going to adhere the pictures. That's going to measure 2 1/8 by 3 1/2, and you'll need 5 of those. I only have one here because I went ahead and adhered those to the other piece, the other accordion. Then you're going to need DSP for the accordion part, and that's going to measure 2 1/8 by 3 1/2, and you're going to need 6 of those. And there's only 2 here because I took care of adhering those in place. Okay, then we need, for the outside, we need some more DSP. If you do your measurements correctly, I think you can do maybe 1 sheet, maybe 1 1/4 sheets with 2 of these tins. I can't remember how I did it. Maybe 2 tins with 1 sheet. But anyways, the DSP for the outside, the top, outside, the bottom, and then this piece that goes in here measures 2 1/2 by 3 15/16, and you'll need 3 of those. And I know during this video I'm going to have to do some trimming just because of the top of the tin is slightly bigger than what's on the bottom. But I thought it was a good opportunity to show you how I did it in the little trick of applying this to the top. So you'll need 3 of those. Okay, so I got this in my hand and I need to do corner rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and do those right now and get that out of the way. I have a big crocodile, can't remember what it's called. If I can get it real quick. This one here, what's this called? Crocodile. And I absolutely love it. Let me see if I can do it. But I've been having trouble with my fingers, and you have to have a really good grip to do this. And so far it's going well, which I'm glad. So maybe I can get through all of this and not have any problems with my fingers. So my doctor says I have the start of arthritis in my fingers. I'm not happy about it, but I'll work through it like I do always. But I know it's because I'm doing the repetition, but I'm not going to give this up. I absolutely love paper crafting. So this other piece, I'm going to go ahead and do the corner round. All right, we were done corner rounding. I think I took care of everything else. So let's work on the, I don't know what to work on. Let's work on this just because it's right here. I'm going to leave those there for right now. So you got the 3 pieces, and you got the one that goes on top. And my recommendation is just make sure you line everything up. And actually, I'm going to bring this over so, because my tin keeps sliding around. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to get all this out of the way. Get this in camera. All right. Oop, that's stuck. All right, let's put that up there. There we go. All right, so you want to lay this flat, and you want to make sure there's no edges hanging over, okay? And you want to, I just slid. All right, so you want to hold it firm, and you want to lift it up. I use my tweezers, you guys know, and I'm going to go ahead and pull one of the tear and tape out and then adhere it flat, okay? So there we go. Now, I'm going to flip it so I can pull the other ones. Now, what I found is when you lift it up, you're still going to have to hold this down firm so that it doesn't go back and forth. And all you do is just pull, it'll grab. You're able to tear the tear and tape off, the backing. And I apologize for my dog. My husband's coming home. He knows it's getting time to eat. And what I would do is hold it and just gently, slowly, take your time, make sure it's straight, and then press down on it. Easy peasy, it's all aligned, okay? Now, this is the bottom one, and I probably will have to do some trimming. Yes, I can feel it. So, man, it's probably 1/32 of an inch. So let me get my little trimmer out. take care of that. And let's see. And I'm just guessing. I'm just kind of winging it. It doesn't, if you see a little bit of the tin, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think it is. I don't think they're going to notice. All right, that's good. So now I need this side to take care of. And then I'm going to have to corner around again. But that's all right. Yeah, take a little bit more. Might be what? 30 seconds, 15th, 16th of an inch. There we go. And my dog just sneezed. Bless you. All right, I think that's it. Do the corner around again. That hurt. All right. Let me make sure. I think that we're at. I didn't do that corner round very good. There we go. Okay. Bring this back over. All right, same thing. We're going to line it up. Make sure you guys are in camera here. You're going to line it up. Make sure all the corners are not hanging out. And lift it up. Peel one piece down. Oh, it just moved. There we go. There we go. Still, it moved here. But that's all right. I can work with it. All right, so then lift it up carefully. Well, peel it. Let's see, let me go down here. It got stuck. Oh, come on. There we go. My goodness. Guess I didn't press down very good on it when I was putting the tear and tape. All right, so we're going to carefully lay it down so it doesn't hang over. There we go. Perfect. All right. I think while we're here, let's finish doing this. So this piece here, that's the 12 by 3/8, is what's going to go on the outside on the bottom. It's going to go here. And, oh, that's pretty too. I'm just going to do this. Nah, I'll do this. Guess it really doesn't matter. So the way I worked it is I just peeled some of it just to start it. Just put it down like that. And then I just put it in the center. I'm going down below here. And just line it up, putting it on the edge right here. And then you kind of have to tuck it in this little notch right here. So you may want to trim it a little bit smaller, shorter than the 3/8, but that's personal preference. And then just wrap it around nice and slow and even. Press down as you're going. And then you can finish it up, and it should reach. If it's 12 by 12, it should reach. And I think it's gonna be just a smidgen short, but that's all right. It's not gonna be noticeable, and it's not even sticky. All right. So for the top, I decided the ribbon, it's retired, but it's pretty. It's Blushing Bride, and it's like the white that we have. I don't know if we still have it or if it's part of the Christmas the holiday catalog, but it's the same concept. And let me put that over there so I don't lose it. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to peel this back and wrap it around nice and snug. And this ribbon, it's nice. It really doesn't matter which side you start with. And let me trim just a little bit of that off. There we go. It was frayed just a little bit. All right, so we're going to start here. I'm going to do a bit of an overlap. And then what's kind of great about using the ribbon is if you really get woppy-jawed and woppy-jawed, whatever that word is, crooked, it's easy enough that you can peel it back up and it won't hurt, as, you know, instead of trying to mess with the paper, because, you know, once it's down, it's down. So if it's crooked using paper, it's going to be crooked. wrap that around. I'm kind of pulling on it. I'm not overly tight with it, but you want it snug. And then just trim it right there. And there we go. So pretty. All right, let me get that straight pin out so I don't lose it, and I don't want to step on it. That would be painful. Okay, so there we go. There's that. Okay, now let's do the inside. We're on a roll here. Now the trick with this is make sure, first of all, that it fits down in there really nice, and it did. You got these little indentations right here that could cause it to get stuck temporarily as you're putting that down. So just make sure you got, you know, it lays down flat. So the way I did it, and I found it worked, is I'm going to peel the backing out, and then I'm going to, there's no tape right here, as you guys can see. I'm going to lay it right in there, try to line it up left, right, and then just a little bit snug here, and then just lay it down, just like that. Okay? I guess I did not press down very hard on the tear and tape. All right. I got tear and tape all over on the floor. It's beside me. It's going to be all over the place. All right, so again, I'm going to lay it flat, make sure it's pretty centered, and then just nice and easy, and then tuck it in, and there we go. All right. I'm going to put that aside so we can start working on the accordion, okay? I think we're done using that for now. All right, so I'm going to bring this one, and we had that one piece I told you that we were going to cut, and that's the one that's going to go, it's going to actually get glued down there. So I want this part at the bottom just because of the crease, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and this piece will go just below where you scored. You don't want to go over in there, or else it'll be even that much harder to fold. And then just line it up. And there we go. That's it. All right, and that's the piece that gets glued. All right, so I'm going to bring over the other one that I had already started, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew how to do the accordion part. It's not difficult at all, as you guys can tell. So let me put that aside. And this is the one that's going to go in here, and you can tell this is the piece that I glued. And I found that if I put the tear and tape actually on the accordion piece instead of down in the tin, I was able to control placement of the accordion much, much, much better. So as you can tell, I did, assuming this is bent over, this is the front, just like that, okay? So secret here, I had to do some surgery on a couple of them. I forgot to put the ribbon before putting the DSP, so I left half of it finished so that I can remind you guys, make sure before adhering any of the DSP to the accordion that you put your ribbon down. I just used a glue dot. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead and do that now and get that finished. So again, I just did one glue dot because it's going to be glued down anyways. I eyeballed the center, and I just left a little bit of a loop. Not, you know, you don't have to be a real big one. And then just glued it down. And then this side actually is the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place now. And then we will be done with that particular section. And this is popping up just a little bit because of the one glue dots, so I would just add just a little bit more just around it, just to make sure. I don't believe it's going to go anywhere. It's not like it's going to be tugged really, really hard, but by the same token, you don't want it sliding out. Okay, so we're on that. So let's go ahead, since we've got this side open, let's go ahead and finish. I'm going to slide him over so we can see what we're doing. All right, so let's see here. We got this piece we need to glue, which is, we can change it up. The back side is that, so I'm just going to do that there, just to be different. I'm not even sure how I did the other ones, actually. I got on such a roll that I was just rocking and rolling. I had a lot of fun with this. I definitely will do these again. This is on the outside, so I'm going to move that over to the side. So we're done gluing the DSP and the basic white, so let's go ahead and decorate. Let me bring my little tray over and make some room here. I got my little tray of all the goodies I went and cut, and I added dimensionals ahead of time. So on this one, I want to do the woohoo. So let me find that one. And I don't even know what paper I used. Calypso Coral, I think, is what I did, and I stamped it in the blueberry bushel, which is kind of interesting because you probably won't be able to tell in the camera, but the blueberry bushel's kind of bright. And let me do this one first, woohoo. And when you stamped it on, or when I stamped it on the Calypso Coral, it comes out, to me, it comes out as Night of Navy. So now most of these I used dimensionals. Now there's a couple places where I did not, and when I get to it, I'll tell you. One in particular, I intentionally did not, I would not recommend using dimensionals, and when I get there, I'll tell you about it. And you know what? I forgot to bring over my embellishments. That's okay. I'll do it later. I wanted to show you how I did it, but that's okay. I'll finish that later. So this particular one, I went ahead and I did stamp the little stars from the not birthday celebration. I forget which one it is. Oh, the cake celebration. These two here. I went ahead and stamped that. And Melon Mambo, I think, is what I used. So do the candle and Make-A-Wish. I did the Make-A-Wish in the Melon Mambo, and the candle came from an old retired set that is right here. I forget which one this one is. Charming Sentiments, the die cut that has some of the birthday stuff. You know, they're still good. It doesn't matter if they're retired or not. I use them. There's some that are just really, really good that you just want to keep. All right. I did do some shading. I don't know if you can tell. I think all of my sentiments, all these little pieces, they were shaded just to soften the look. So if that's something you want to do, just keep that in mind before you actually adhere. And then the flame, I did, using my dauber, just like I did with the shading, is Cajun Craze, I think is what I ended up using. And that little dot there wasn't intentional, but I'm going to put that guy right there. I guess you can't really tell. All right, never mind. I'm going to put him in the middle anyways, but that would have been cool if I thought about it, putting the larger, I guess, sunburst, I don't know what that is, in the middle, and that would have been kind of cool coming off the flame. And then this will go right on top, and I just put 2 dimensionals, one on each end. And I'll just lay that somewhere in the middle. There we go. Now, the dimensionals, what I did is, wherever there was the larger sunburst, is where I did, where I included the embellishments, and that's what I'll do here. I think I can fit one in there. Okay, and then the picture, and then this one I laid flat. I guess it doesn't really need to lay flat. And this one I just found that it was just easier because I was trying to line up all the words. Now, let me get all those words together. They were stamped two stamps, and I ended up cutting everything up. So hopefully, I didn't bother checking before I started the video if I have all the pieces. I think I do. You know, it's easy enough to lose all these pieces. So let's make sure I do this right. To another year around the sun. All right. So I'm just going to glue that flat. And I stagger, instead of trying to have straight lines when you're doing things like this, it really draws your eyes to it when it's staggered. It doesn't have to be perfect. To another year. Probably need to pay attention they don't do the words wrong. To another year around the sun. And you know, I just noticed something. It was not intentional. Now I'm curious if I did it on the other ones. I'll show you here in just a second. Let me get this glued down. Oop. I wasn't paying attention of how the words flow. So it says, woohoo, make a wish to another year around the sun. I made a complete sentence. I didn't even plan on doing that. Now I'm curious if I did that on the others. Well, that's pretty funny. Okay, so we're done with this, except I have to go back with the embellishments. All right, I think we're good. All right, so I'm gonna flip this one back over. And we're gonna work with this side, assuming this is down like that. So let's see here, we'll do this piece, which is from, I don't know where this one's from. Oh, it's the, oops, sorry. It's the Flowers of Beauty, which I know we can still get that. It's the fern part. And then I actually ended up using the flowers from here. Since it cut so many and I was doing so many of these, I decided to use those flowers instead of trying to stamp the little flowers and die cut. It saved just a little time. Let me go ahead. I see a little extra piece here. And I'm just going to glue this flat. And I think I did the words popped up. Pretty sure I did. All right, so let's see, we're here. I love this color. Shy Shamrock. Such a pretty color with this particular DSP. Now, this is that DSP that you can get from Celebration. All right, I just lost my words. Whew. Here we go. Got them. Good looking. I think this is a peach pie, where the other side was Calypso Coral. So I'll just put that down at the bottom also. Good looking. There we go. Again, I did do some shading on the sides, and I actually, instead of doing a straight cut, I think this one was a straight cut, I cut these at an angle. You probably can't tell really well in the video. All right, so this one is Let's Eat Cake, and let me bring over those pieces. I've got the little banner, and this is actually the back side of one of the pieces, the DSP. You know, I only have a couple sheets left of that 12 by 12. I've really gone through it. Then the regular cardstock, and then here's another one that is from that DSP, and I stamped that burst like I did on the other side, right in the middle, and I'm going to pop those up with dimensionals. Now the little banner that I'm going to go across is from the, and this is out of the mini catalog, is the birthday celebration, and it's actually this piece here. So I was able to use this and then apply it to two of the tins. So I intentionally hang over so that I knew placement, and then I'll trim it up. I want to make sure I don't use my ribbon scissors. Move those over. So I'm just going to put some glue, string it across, and then go over here, and then just somewhere in here. Since it's curved, it lays down nicely. And then with my snips, I'll just snip the ends off. Now I can go ahead and adhere this, and since that one is basically a pattern, I'm going to put that in the center. About right in there, I think. And then, even though it's DS, this one's DSP, there's a bit of a solid there. And put that there. And what I will do when I'm done with this section is go back and add embellishments to the center of these pieces. I thought that really went nice. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. I guess I could have adhered it before putting the banner pieces, but that's all right. I think I'll still be able to press down enough. The backings I'm finding everywhere. I even found it down the steps. I'm like, okay, time to vacuum. All right, so this piece is the day, and I'm really having fun with the stamp set. You can earn this one free. I mean, that's large. That's a large piece, as you can tell. All right, that's what, about an inch? Inch and a quarter. That's pretty big. So I thought that was great. So I did that again ahead of time, and I put dimensionals. I want to go ahead and pop those up. Get those off. And again, I just staggered instead of trying to be perfectly straight. I just find that when you're doing projects like this, it looks great. And it's, I'm gonna say, appealing to the eye. Having it zigzag, it kind of flows really nice when you do that. Some people don't like it, and that's okay. I change it up. But I find this is just makes it easier. You're not stressing trying to get it even. Yeah, there we go. All right. Is that it on that? It's a little naked not having the embellishments, but that's all right. I can't get to it quick enough during this video. All right, so let's see here. We're almost ready. Can we go ahead and glue it? Let's go ahead and adhere it to the tin before I actually do this piece, I think. Yeah, let's do that. See, I didn't do a nice press on that, so you'll just have to pay attention when you're doing it. You may have to go through it again to press down really, really hard. There we go. There's a little bit of a ripple there. All right, so we are going to, let me put this up here because you can't see it. Let me flip it over. We're going to adhere this piece down. Now, before I actually do it, I'm going to show you the way I did it and the way it worked with me. First, I'm going to fold all this up just to make sure that, kind of gauge where it's going to be. You know, these tins have a bit of a lip, so you're going to have to fight getting it in there. That's why some of them kind of, you may struggle a little bit pulling it up. It gets stuck, but it's, you know, there's a lot of room in there, as you guys can tell. So you want to try I think you guys can see. You want to try and get it as centered as best you can, okay? Don't go all the way over to one side, or else you will truly struggle trying to lift it up. So what I found is I turned it this way. I'm just going to go through the motion before I actually do it. I peeled the backing off, and then this is going to be interesting because I had it actually over. I was directly over it. I'm going to pop it in, and I'm going to slowly press down on one end and then go down. Okay, try to get it centered. All right, I think that made sense. And I might need to bring it down just a little bit, about right in there, so I can see. I can't see right in there without putting my head in the way. I don't want to block you guys from seeing what I'm doing. All right, note to self, I need to press down on these tear and take pieces when I do this. All of them started to come up. All right, so you want to make sure it's not upside down. All right, so it opens up this way, okay? So I'm going to turn it again and line it up. I think you're on camera. We're right there. I think that's good. All right, I think I can do this. Oh, I just turned it. Actually, just so it doesn't spin, let's do this. It's another perfect thing to use with this silicone mat, is when you got something spinning around, just to put it right on top. All right, so here we go. Wish me luck, guys. I'm gonna, right there, I think. Right there. Yes, 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 yes. And there we go. Okay. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so now let's work on this. And what I found is, let's see, what do we say? Flip it over. Oops. What a wonderful day. I put what on dimensionals, I popped those up, and I popped up the A dimensionals. I originally popped up wonderful, and then every time I closed it, it kept getting caught on this piece right here. So if you lay this flat, it doesn't get stuck. So you can do all of them flat, but I ended up, just to give it some depth, I went and added dimensionals to those two pieces. So I'll do that on this one too. I actually think I did it on all of them, but I'm not real sure now. All right, so again, I shaded with using my dauber, just super light. I have try to have a very light hand when I do it, and then I cut at an angle instead of a straight cut. It kind of adds to it. And then add, I don't know, this particular pack of dimensionals, I'm really on the struggle bus taking the backing off. I don't usually have that much difficulty. And then this one will lay flat. Oops. Knock that over. All right, that's almost in the middle. Oops. Here we go. All right. And then again, I'll add those embellishments there. All right, so are we done? No, we got to do the front, but I think we're done with the inside. Absolutely love it. This color turned out really great. A little bit of peach pie with the melon mambo. Really look great. Okay, so let's work on the outside. Let me go ahead and close this up so we can see what we're doing. And the flowers from this one is actually from the cake celebration, the ones that I stamped and die cut, but I'm going to use the flowers that came from this die, and let me bring those over. Oh, we gotta do some stamping. All right, let's do some stamping. But anyways, we've got the cake stand that is done in the glitter paper, and then these three tiny little flowers. that are done from that die. I just found it was just much easier because you cut out, I don't know how many flowers you cut out, 8, 6, 8, something like that. All right, so now we want to go ahead and do the birthday cake itself and stamp celebrate and then the greenery. So let's move that over. And you know, I didn't bring my foam mat. Let's see, let me get my stamps out and my colors. Make some room here. Where's my stamps? Here we go. We got lots of stamps. Here, I'll put that over here. All right, meet you over here. Oops, let's go this way. All right, we're good, right? All right, so, oops, upside down. We can see, yes, we can see. All right, and line him up. All right, so I want to do the cake. First off, the bottom piece of the cake is done in peach pie. And let me find him. We got the big one, right? Okay. And let's see. Okay. Probably should have done the word first. Did celebrate first so that I know the placement, but that's all right. And now I'm going to do the top layer, and I try to connect the two pieces, but if you don't, it's really not that big of a deal because there's another stamp that actually covers it up, and it kind of looks like the icing in the middle of the cake. All right, so let's see, we're done with him. And let's see, let's do the melon mambo, which I consider to be the icing. And I don't know really if there's a right or wrong way to stamping it. This curly part, the wavy part, I'm gonna consider as being the center, but I really, honestly, I don't think it really matters where. Oop, keeps wanting to take off. And then the top, same deal. There is a straight edge right here, you guys can see. That's about the only thing I can say is try to put it on the edge, since that is a straight edge, and I'm not over, my head's not directly over, so I'm not quite sure how perfect my alignment's gonna be, but that turned out pretty good. All right, melon mambo. It's amazing how dark it is, and then when it dries, how light, just a perfect match. All right, so now we want, let me go ahead and do celebrate, just so I know where to put the leaves, so I don't mess that up. Where's my word celebrate? And that is in blueberry bushel. I think that's, there we go. So now we're gonna do some leaves, and that is in Shy Shamrock. And we've got the larger leaf and the smaller one. And let's see, I think, ooh, looks a lot. There we go. There we go. And then the smaller one, turn it, I'll put it here. That's okay that they're not touching because the flowers are gonna hide that. I actually could have spread them out a little bit more. if I wanted to. All right, so let's go ahead and add those flowers before I decide to lose them. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue. And let's see, I guess I'll just do this right there. Now these have holes, as you can tell. And I'll go ahead and make sure to put large enough embellishments to hide that. Let's see, I'm gonna go right there. Turned out really pretty. I love the colors. There we go. And then the cake stand is in that glitter paper. And I popped that up also. We're done with piercing that. I do believe the glitter paper I found, I want to say the clearance section or last chance. So quite honestly, because it's glitter paper, I don't even know if it's still there. But this Highland Heather is just gorgeous. Oh, you know what? I need to glue I need to adhere this one first before I do that, because I have the dimensional on the bottom. So let me go ahead and bring that over and let's get some dimensionals. Okay, so say, I don't think I can do that with only 2, but I have another pack here. Like, okay. And I put 5. Now see, these backings are easier to peel off, so I don't know, they must maybe put extra adhesive on that new pack that I have. All right, so I'm just gonna center that. Here we go. Now I'm ready for this, because it's gonna hang down just a little bit. Here we go. So pretty. It'd be much prettier if I had my embellishments. You guys could really see the finished product with this color. All right, I think that's, let me double check, make sure I don't have any other pieces laying around, so I think we're good. So let's do show and tell. So you open it up. What a wonderful day. Then you open it up and it says good looking, let's eat. And then on the other side, woohoo, make a wish to another year around the sun. Super cute. I'm very proud of this. It was fun. And when I'm doing a project like this, and it's really fun, I just get really excited about it. So here we go. I think they're gonna love it. Something different. And then here's my Christmas one. I love the Christmas one too. So again, on these measurements, guys, just double check before you actually start doing any cutting. But at least I gave you an idea of how to assemble it and what the tricks were with doing the top and the bottom of applying the DSP. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast with it. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel. I do enjoy the crafting, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, happy stamping to each and every one of you, and you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.